Okay, so Shatta, this prophet talked about Shatta Wale dying on the 18th through a gunshot, and apparently Shatta, though he didn't take it lightly, I don't remember any serious reaction towards this kind of prophecy. So yesterday was 18th, and God being so good, he wasn't shot. But Opana being Opana that we know, riding on everything that will make the news, whether good, bad, ugly. Or even dirty. Opana wanted to fulfill the prophecy himself.
Yes.
He said, okay, if you are prophesied that I'll be shorter, all right, I'm gonna fake the shot so that your prophecy will come true.
If nobody will shoot me, I'll get myself shot.
And in as funny as it sound, it wasn't funny, because he actually caused fear and panic.
I always say I'm not the biggest Shatta fan, but from
hold on. Why do people always say I'm not the biggest Shatta fan before they start their
conversation? No. Like they are big Shatta fans. Like
who will defend every nonsense?
Yes, they will take you back to back albums, tracks, everything.
Okay.
But one thing I know is that Shatta is a great talent. There's no doubt. Shatta is one of Ghana's biggest talents.
Exports,
and it's something nobody can take away. You can attempt it, you can try over and over again, but
sure,
it's keen already. However, there's something we have failed to recognize, that be it mental illness or drugs or whatever, Shatta has always shown that there's something lacking. There's some disturbance in him. It's something that has shown. It's not hidden. Let's not pretend. There are cases back to back, indecent exposure, rudeness, outbursts, violent outbursts that show a certain trend. Trend that all is not well. Perhaps it could be drugs. I'm not an expert, but obviously all is not well. It could be drugs, it could be depression, it could be mania, something is not well. But how come, or how is it that
you've not given attention to it?
Yes. Unlike Funny Face, there has been that undertone, that conversation that I think, this can be done or this should be done. But for Shatta, it's as if nobody acknowledges that there is a problem.
Shatta is on a different level. He is that person who is seen to be all right. He has the money, he has the fame, he commands the people, he has the respect. Okay, he has the masses behind him. So such a person, it's very, very difficult for people to even tell him that, hey, you have a problem. And also it's very, very difficult for him to even accept that he has a problem himself. Okay, that is it. Just as you said, every greatness and its demons. Okay, I'm not surprised though. He's not the first in history. People have, through history, there have been people who have had, serious or greater demons because of their level of affluence and successes. So to me, sometimes that is how I see it. But then he doesn't allow himself, or to be diagnosed, if I should put it that way.
It's not like allowing yourself. You understand? There are cases where people have to force you.
Who is going to do that?
It's surprising. There are people who have that. It's like you can't tell me nobody has that effect on Shatta.
It's like I had a conversation with someone and we were talking about the roads, Ghana roads. I was like, they have to fix the roads, and the person said, who is going to fix it? I was like, what? Are you serious? You have a president, you have a whole ministers, a whole ministry, of leaders,
minister.
Okay, and you are saying who is going to fix it? So the thing is like, he sees the problem. We know that these are people who are supposed to fix it, but they're not fixing it. And that is exactly the case. Because who's going to do that?
You don't expect him to acknowledge he has a problem.
No, but
acknowledging you have a problem is usually the first step to the solution.
First step, anyway.
So if he can acknowledge it, then obviously he's going to make efforts.
And there has been series of events that made some of us think that he will acknowledge his problem, because there have been events which made Shatta came out to apologize for his actions. Okay. Or there have been series of events, And
But the
it's
fact
like,
that I apologize to my action doesn't mean I have a problem.
yeah, no. What I'm
It
saying
could
is
be
that
spur of
no.
the moment.
What I mean,
Anger is one of such
what I'm saying
issues.
is that there's been series of such things. So think, logically, that should have at least prompted you that, hey, let me go back and assess myself. Let me lay back. But it's like, Shatta is that person whereby people say, hey, Shatta, go on, Shatta, go on, Shatta, go on. So he's like, okay, Charlie, I get a support. Everybody is behind me. So Charlie, let me do what I'm doing as long as it's bringing the money. But I think this our generation, we are so money conscious. We forget what a good book says, that a good name is better than riches. That quote, we can't ignore it, honestly. No matter how much
a good name can be better than riches, but let's continue. A good name can be better than riches, but let's continue.
A good name is always better than riches. And let me digress a little bit. When the Bible talks about a good name is better than riches, it doesn't mean that a poor person with a good name will. No, that's not what it means. It means money that will corrupt you is not good. Okay, so to have a good name is better than to have money that will corrupt you. That is what I think it means. So it's not like a poor man having a good name. No, a poor man will not have a good name. So
if you understand that it's difficult for a poor man to have a good name, then let's continue. It's very difficult.
So back to Shatta's case. What happened was, after pulling this stunt, you now come out and confess, write a whole long note that you did this because when the pastor threatened, or when the pastor said all these things, nobody came to your aid, nobody said anything, the police were there, they saw it, nothing. But then it's like two wrongs. They definitely did not make it right. Okay. And he went too far, honestly. I like his music, I like Shatta. As you said, he's one of the greatest. Okay, if not the greatest, one of the greatest in Ghana. No doubt about that. You can argue with your phone. Yeah. And to do this, I think this is below the belt. Seriously.
Let's leave the Ghana music industry and let's look at other music industry where we've had an example. Juice WRLD is a American musician, a very young boy.
Okay.
Even in his lyrics, you could see this boy was disturbed. He talk about depression, trying to kill himself, trying to make it past 21 and the rest of it. And unfortunately for him, he OD'd and then died. I think that was last year or last 2 years. Another example is something XSX. I can't believe I've forgotten his name. So the trend is there where it's not our first time of seeing famous people
going
through stuff and eventually killing themselves, committing suicide. My very best example and the saddest example is Robin. Robin Williams. He was an entertainer. He was a comedian, for that matter, a very successful comedian. But yes, he committed suicide, and looking at things, it showed that he suffered depression. Yeah. So mental health is something that it really doesn't matter whether you make people happy or you are able to outburst or insult or your mother's whatever. The end of the day is if you're able to handle it, if you have a support system to help you handle it. In the case of these people we have discussed, both Funny Face and Shatta Wale, we are seeing it, we are hearing it. If there's something we can do or we should do as fans, as Ghanaians, as loved ones, we should, sometimes it's not only about saying you are great, you have money. I think sending just positive words to be well, to be fine, just giving just positive comments alone. Because if you look at Funny Face's videos, in as much as people encourage him, the discouragement on social media is just overwhelming. Yeah. And I think those alone can drag you into the pit.
To add to your point, I think let's say for Shatta's case, for example, I think sometimes the entertainment pundit or the people, the fans, or people in general, sometimes they are, the way of addressing these issues sometimes are depressing, and sometimes Shatta will have to always come out as someone who has to defend himself, because we know that this is the problem, but then there are 1,001 ways you can address a problem. Just as they are saying, the Ghana has a problem, or just have a problem. But the way Trinidadians will be insulting them and blah blah blah, people are saying that it's not good. Okay, you can still send your message without an insult, blah blah blah. Well, it's debatable. But the thing is, Shatta will do something, and the way people will come and they will bash. The way people sometimes bash and talk, it's like they are bashing with some anger. It's like Shatta has offended them personally. Meanwhile, it could be that it is not you. So sometimes when you are addressing issues, there's always a better way to address these issues. So that even if the person is going through something, but then he's showing that he's not going through anything, at least he will get some comfort. And that is what we've realized. These people are going through a lot, but they come out strong that, hey, we are not going through anything. And it's social media. This one of the researches that I think even Facebook did, how social media affects people. But then, only few, and we Africans, we Black, we have a habit of hiding stuff. We come social media, we show that everything is well, but deep behind the scene, everything is not well.
Everything is on fire.
Probably you are even eating Gary, but you are on social media saying, hey, pizza. You are a pizza, uncle. Before you eat pizza, then you have to beg our uncle. You see that thing? Yeah, so I think that we should also, learn how to address these people when they are talking about them. They are equally humans, just that they have put themselves out there. Okay, and it's not like they've put themselves out there for public ridicule, but then it's their talent that is putting them out there.
I have one question. Do you think it is necessary for a court to force Shatta into rehab?
I think they have to. We've had series
Will it be against his rights, knowing he has not abused any law? Can they just pick
he has. Per what is going on, they are saying he has. There are some laws he has violated. Right. Causing fear and panic. Okay. Yeah, and I think forging a fake video. Fake death or fake assault. Okay. Yeah, and some of these things are offense. You can't just go about calling woof while there's no
woof.
Exactly. So it there's an offense there, and I believe that in good faith, if he should go through some form of punishment or some form of correction, it will be good. For the industry. Okay, it's only in Ghana.
Doesn't equate to correction.
It's only in Ghana that we are afraid of correction.
Do we realize that punishment doesn't equate to correction?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned those two words, and I put the latter. Okay, there should be some form of correction.
You can be punished for doing good.
Exactly. Here we punish a lot. We don't correct. Yeah, but I think he has to be corrected. Okay. Yeah, and I think that will be in line. It's something that we should start doing, especially for people who are out there who think they can say anything. We have a beautiful country, freedom of speech. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you should speak anyhow. Your freedom of speech ends right in front of the gates. It's not even where someone. Your gate. That is where your freedom of speech ends. When you go to someone's gate and you threaten a person, we will do you bumper.
But your phone is inside your gate.
Is it?
Your phone is inside your gate.
So you should know that
your phone is inside your gate.
It's inside, but then it's going far. It's going far. Yeah. So these are some of the things, and I think the Ghana police are doing well. I think they've been up and doing since we had a new IGP, and I think it's commendable.
So far so good,
So far so good. We just need to not repeat. We just need to, how would you say it? What's the English for it?
I'm not sure what you want to say.
Replicate these measures or these new reforms in all other departments and all other spheres of governance.
Okay. That's the word. You've said it all.
Exactly.
I'm yet to feel the effect, but I'm hoping that it will be positive.
It's a matter of time, but I think it's looking good.
It's looking good.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Kudos to the new IGP then.
Yeah.
And with this, what's new today? Today we have discussed about our celebrities and mental health. Let us know what you think. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you enjoy what we're doing, you like, and then leave a comment so we know what you think about. Thanks for being with us. Bye-bye.
Bye.